Greetings to everyone. Having gone through the introduction class yesterday, and we've gone through some of the basic tools, the basic functions and also the formula. Today, we'll be going through the advanced function and we'll be focusing on this case study. So using this case study, in order to use a practical scenario of the advanced function we are working with today. Now, this is the question we have. The following list is for the staff of Econeum Microfinance Bank. HR discovered the disparity in employee leave days and the inability to track the number of days entitled to each employee due to a lack of proper record keeping. The details below were given to Mr. Ajani to help optimize an automated sheet that will be able to track employee leave days. So, in this scenario at Econeum Microfinance Bank, the employees so far they've not been able to have a proper record keeping. That's the HR department. Probably before now it has been via a logbook that the microfinance use for the staff in order to keep track of those that have gone for leave. So it has not gotten to a stage that they have to get someone, a professional, a data analyst, in order to help create a sheet that each staff that are entitled to leaves, that they will be able to have a track. So now we have the list of the staffs below. So the staffs of this microfinance, they are 30 in numbers, 30 staffs, and we have their unique employee ID. So as a data analyst, having gotten data from our clients, we have to study the data, and if there is any question or if there is some cases that you have to go back to the client and ask some question before you start the job. Now looking at this scenario, now we have the employee name and we have the employee ID. So something is missing here, because we all know that to say that there should be numbers of days that are entitled to each employee. There should be a unique numbers, probably annual leave, so maybe 22 days, 22 working days leave that is entitled to Mr. Sonjo or Mr. Mayokun. That's the details we have to get from Econeum HR. So that's what we'll be working with. So I will be coming up with leave that are entitled with each staffs. So now these are the leave that are entitled to each staffs. So, and this is what we'll be using to run through this particular data. So I'll be running this through the worksheet now. I copied this, so I'm going to create a sheet. So that's what I'll be using for this particular. I need to realign this particular cell using text wrap. So we use wrap text for long text into multiple lines, so you can see all of it. So these are the lists and of the staffs and the numbers of days that they are entitled to. So, and also as a data analyst, so I have to come up with what I want to do with this data I have below. Now I believe in this particular microfinance bank. So each staff, some would have gone for probably sick leave, annual leave, casual leave, or leave without pay. These are also some of what we either ask the clients in order to ascertain what we will be using. So now I'm going to come up with another sheet. So now this sheet, let me just name it. Okay, let me name it settings. Okay, so I'm naming this sheet settings. So I'm naming it settings. So now, so this I'm going to list out. So leave, the type of leave type, leave code, enter. So now some may be okay. This is the annual leave. The code is, let me use this LV. So casual leave, CL, leave without pay, LWP, and we have annual leave, casual leave, sick leave. Okay, so the sick leave SL. So that's my code anyway. So in order to refine this, let me just bold it also. Okay, so this particular is called button border. So I'll click the button border and give it some borders. So now this for this, and also I also need a summary sheet. So now the summary sheet will be the sheet that all the details that will be connected, that will be automated to what we'll be working on. So we have to know that now what we are working on is leave data tracker for 2024. So we'll be having numbers of months. So numbers of months for the year 2024. So 1st of Jan 24, 1st of Feb 24. So I'm going to align this and drag this range to December 2024. December, and also in order to like have full I need the full character of Jan to December. I need the full character. So I'm going to right click on format cell, either I scroll through down and select, or I make use of this option DDDD 4D -YYYYY 4Y. Okay, that's fine. And center, make it center. So that's what I want. So let me go to the summary. So this is the summary. So I want to pick the employee ID and the employee names. So that's what I'll be using for this scenario. Okay. Also, I'm going to create another sheet. So this sheet will also be automated, that it will be linked to both the summary, the settings, in order to have a well-refined automated leave tracker for Econium Microfinance Bank. So let me name this leave marker. Okay, leave marker. So we have unique ID on this leave marker, unique ID, the same employee ID, we have dates, we have leave, type of leave, the leave type, the leave type, and we have comments. Okay, comments. So I need to create a border also for this. I'm creating a border for this, so I'm going to click this border and I'm going to make it more bold. Okay, so this is what I want. This is what I want. Okay, so this is what I want. Okay, this is what I want. So now, in order to start with the functions, I'm going to highlight this leave type. I'm highlighting the leave type. I'm going to click on data. I'm going to click on data validation. So for data validation is a feature that allow you to control the type of data entered into a worksheet to improve the accuracy of data. So having highlighted this, I'm going to click on data validation. I'm going to click on lists, and I'm going to this leaf type, because we already have the leaf type that we've typed before. That's the leave, the annual leave. So I haven't done that, so I'm going to select, I'm going to settings and click within the range. Okay, and okay, so automatically we have this. These are what I'm going to use. Okay, and also for our dates, this is the date. For our dates, I'm going to highlight the dates. I'm still also going to data validation. So I'm going to click on dates. I'm also going to click on greater than or equal to, because our focus is not more than 2024. So we are starting with 1st of January 2024. So based on what I want, I'm going to go to error alert. So the reason why I'm going to this error alert is that whatsoever value that is being typed here, apart from what I have already formulated, it is going to stop it. So what do I want? It's going to be date is not correct, and the message that will be popping up is, please enter a correct date, then okay. So let me try that. I'm just going to press this and enter. Based on what I initiated, date is not correct, and please enter a correct date. Except we have the correct formula, except we have what has been imputed, so 2024. Okay, so that's for that. Then let me now go to the summary. Okay, so these are summary, and I need to insert because I'll be making use of these cells. I need to insert more cells. So I'm going to developer. So according to what I think we'll discuss this at the course of our introduction, on a ribbon overview. If the developer is not there, what we just have to do, we'll just right click and we'll click on customize the ribbon. Then we will now activate the developer. We will now activate the developer. On my system that has been activated, so that's why I don't need to activate. You just click on OK, so it's going to pop up automatically. It's going to pop up. So I'm going to click on the developer, go to insert. So what I need is combo box. What I need is the combo box. So now the combo box combine a text with a list to create a drop down list. So now we want to create a drop down list. So what we want to do now is that, because we want to automate, we are going to automate the dates. We automate it with the names of the staffs. So that's what we want to do. So I'm going back to the summary. I'm going to click on the that combo box, and you will drag it out. So I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to left click on then drag it with my cursor. Okay, then let me just type select. Either I type select month, or then I will now clicking it is empty, there is nothing there. I'm going to right click. Then I'm going to format control. What I want to do now is that I'm going to impute the list of the months in the year 2024 though. So my cursor is there. That I'm going to settings. So I'm going to click on this range. Okay, I haven't done that. I'm going to cell link. I'm now going to click at this outer cell part, then okay. So I'm going to click on this. So now we have this. So now I want us to notice something. So what we need is the days, the months, each month in the year. That's what we need. So I haven't noticed this, so I'll have to go back to the settings and I'm going back to the settings. I'm going back to the settings. So the meaning is that the last time I did this, so I use I think maybe I used the DDD hyphen YYY, so it should be MMM hyphen. So I'm going to the format cell, then I'm okay, so this is it. So I'm MMM, so YYY, so automatically this would have been adjusted. Okay, automatically. Okay, so what I want to do now is that in order to effect this, okay, it has been effected. What I did is that I clicked on data and I refreshed all, so it has been effected. So it has been effected. So let me right click, go to format control. We've already done this. So on this job, these are drop down, I'm going to type 12 because we have 12 months in a year. Okay, so I'll be making use of the index function. So the index function return a value or the reference to a value from within a table or a range. So now I'll be making use of the index function, index. Okay, I'll now go to the settings. I'm going to go to the same range. I'm going to select the range, comma, and I'm going to go back to the summary. This is the summary. I'm now going to select this month, the 12 months of the year that I highlighted initially. Enter. So why are we having this? So you just go to either you right click, or you right click, go to format, go to dates, and okay, or you go to home, you click on the short dates anyway round, so you'll be able to achieve that. So that's that. So now, we have numbers of dates in each month. So now, in order to like make this more more refining and more presentable, because we have numbers of days in each month. So that's what we'll be doing now. I want to change. I want to make the view. I'm removing this grid line. Okay. This range equals to, so I'm selecting this. I'm selecting this. So I want us to note something, because now we would have imagined that we have this this combo box. So why is it that we have to like initiate another date here. So because this is the combo box, and this it's a job list that will be using to effect each month that the staffs will be going, either they are going to annual leave, casual leave, sick leave. So that's the purpose of that. So now I want to ascertain the number of days in each month. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the text function. So the text function lets you change the way numbers appears by applying formatting to it with the format code. So it is useful in a situation where you want to display number in a more readable format, or you want to combine number with text or symbol. So now in order to achieve that, I'm going to make use of the same command, equals to tests. Then I'm going to select this comma. I'm going to quote it because we'll be using the date. So if I want us to notice something, what we did then when we initiated this, let me go back to that so I'll be able to get that. Going to settings, when we initiated this, because we have it as an abbreviation before, 1st of Jan, when we did this, that I clicked on Jan, it was selected, I click on format cells and I applied MMM, so the months and year, that's what I want. So we also have, either want to use DDD, so that's the date. So they are based on abbreviations, so they are all year too. So a related scenario, so I'm going back to the summary, equals to tests. I'm going to align this comma, I'm quoting this, quotes DDD, close, enter. So this particular day, 1st of December 2024, is on Sunday. And because based on what we are working with and what we will be working on, so as we will be effecting the days, of each month, so it will be automated on the name of each of the employees with their different unique code. So that's what we are doing now. So now we've done that for the first date, and we are going to the second date. So now for the second date, so we are going to make use of if. So to use if allow you to make logical comparison between a value and what you expect, either true or false. And also we'll be making use of EO months, because we are working with the months, we are working with the dates. So the EO months is a worksheet date function in Excel. It allows us to calculate the end of the month for the given date by adding a specific number of months to the argument. So now if function, then we select this, if this value is blank, then it will be blank. Comma, if EO months. So if EO months then we select this. Then I made mention of in our introduction class yesterday, I made mention of referencing, the absolute referencing. We use it to lock. So I'm going to lock this. So the reason why we lock at times is that so that a value will not move beyond the trend, or it will not move beyond the alignment. So now, based on this particular on what we want now, so we are ascertaining this from Jan 2024, 1st of Jan 2024 to December 2024. Okay, then is 0. Then so now what we want to ascertain is that now if this particular month is greater than or equal to, so in order to so we are trying to have because we have some months, so some months are 31, some months are not up to 31, so that's what we are trying to work. We are trying to work with also. So now we'll be so we're making use of greater than and equals to this particular day, December 1st, plus 1. Likewise, comma, this plus 1, comma, then quote it, we'll quote it, enter. Okay, comma, enter. Okay, so we are going to realign this. We'll right click, go to format, we'll go to let's go to dates. Okay. So I'm going to select this and drag okay. So based on what we've done, the alignment, based on what we've done, it's a greater than, and the EO month on our over, it has been formulated. It won't extend beyond this because of what the formula in which, because that's what we want, and this is the last day of this particular month. So it won't extend beyond that. Okay, then I'm going to highlight this, format cell. Okay, bb equals to okay, mmn. Okay, I'm going to select this. I'm selecting this, and I want to realign it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to format cell. I'm going to alignment. So I'll change this to 90 degree. Okay. So then I haven't changed that, so okay. Okay, but okay, trying to change the orientation there. Okay, so there's space here, so I'm going to select this, then E and S, and I'm going to select column width, then okay, I need to refine the fonts. Okay, then I'm going to set this. Let me copy this, and I'm going to place it here. Alt ES. Okay, still selected. Alt E and S. Alt E and S. Selecting this. No, that's not what I want. Alt. Okay. No. Alt ES. Okay. Alt ES. Okay, so value transpose, then
Okay, so this is what I want to achieve. So okay, and then make this entire column, and that's it. That's okay. Okay, let's adjust this. Okay, okay, okay. I haven't done that. I need to format this by changing the font alignment. Okay. Okay. So maybe effecting. Okay, this is nice. This also. Okay. Okay. Then total. Total. Okay. Then grant total. Okay. I want to match it at the center. Okay, this font to be at the center. Apply a free color based on my own preference of colors and its color. Okay, until I got this. So I want to change this color, making use of format filter. So this is what I want here also. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to select this image. That's apply border. I want to apply border. Okay. Border shift this. So right clicking, then format cell, then border. I prefer this style. Change the color, then outline inside. Okay, I think I love this. I haven't done that. Okay, I haven't done that. Okay, I need to link. So we are going to link. We are going to leave marker. So I'm going to link the following to my summary in order to activate the automated tracker. Okay. So I'm going to I'm selecting the employee ID, then I go to data validation, list. So I'm going to select the employee ID. I'm selecting the employee ID. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to ID. Then I am selecting the employee ID and the dates that has been effected earlier. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate it in these cells. Okay. 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 Then I'm going to apply the VLOOKUP here as we've been been introduced to this earlier. Selecting this, then select this comma. Going to summary. Okay. Comma 2, comma 0. Then okay. Okay. So we're having NA. We're having NA. So for NA, it means if a formula can't find a reference. When a formula cannot find a reference, it will be indicated as NA. So in order to work through this, we'll be applying if error. So the if error is designed to trap and manage errors in formulas and calculation. It is to check formulas. So then I'm going to apply if error. Okay. Okay. Then if error, and comma, put this okay. Okay. That's that. So in order to fit that, okay, we've been able to work on that. Then okay, okay, I'm going to the summary. Then I'm going to apply if error. No, we're applying the VLOOKUP. We are applying the VLOOKUP. Okay. So in order to, we are going to apply the VLOOKUP here. So the VLOOKUP, in order to align this to mix this cell, every cell with what we have on the leaf tracker. Okay. So equals to VLOOKUP I'm going to select the employee ID and the month, comma. Then I go to the leave marker and select the range of what we are working to. Then these are comma 5. 5 comma 0. Okay. So same as I said earlier, that is the N is a formula that can't find a reference. So in order to work on this, go to leave marker. So we are going to effect okay. Let's work with the month of the first month in the year. Okay, okay, automatically this should be affected. Okay, so what has been what I click there is Jan. So I have to scroll to the month of Jan. Okay, so Jan 2024. Okay, I moved. What we did is that the formula has been applied to ID1 for now. So let me scroll to ID1. Okay, so I believe that should have been effected. That's okay. So I am going to use the if error also. Reason being is that we don't want the NA again, because we are going to I'll need to copy this all through and paste all through the cell. And also I'm going to lock be locking I'll be locking this particular, so I'll be locking this. The reason being is that so that whatsoever we are going to copy and paste, it won't, so it won't so we won't be seeing NA, and also after we've applied the if error, so that each cell would be empty, or what we intend to apply for another cell to overlap another cell. So that's to effect if error, this open bracket, then if error, comma, okay, then I'm going to be looking. Okay, so I'll be applying the that's the absolute reference, is the dollar sign. So then that's F4. Okay, okay, I'm applying it to this one. Okay, and okay, okay, then to these two. Okay, okay, F4, F4. Okay, then I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste to all, so okay, so we don't expect this. So I'm okay, copy. Okay, let's work on this. So we have to work on this. Okay, copy again. Okay, I need to work on this. Okay, add this status. Automatically you should be able to so I need to go to what are phrased. Okay, okay, new copy and paste. Okay, so I haven't done that. Okay, I'm selecting this. Okay, so discover that this is not affected, so I'll just copy, paste, so that's to affect the formula out. So I'm able to do that. I'm able to do that. Paste. Okay, so I believe we'll be having that. Okay, 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 okay. Then so now then I'm going to use the count if, so that is the reference from another, using this to reference from this particular cell. So so that's the count. Okay, okay, okay. Then comma, and I'm going to select the selecting. Okay, okay. So I'm going to freeze the column. So I'm freezing the selecting this freezing this. Okay, F. Okay, okay, same to apply to these two phrasing. Okay, okay, okay. Then going to apply it to this. Apply to this which. Okay, okay, okay. So the purpose is whenever a particular employee has gone to his or her leave, so we isolated leave without pay, so it will be indicated here. So there is a particular leave the person has gone to. Okay, to be indicated. Okay, so in our total we can apply is equal to the sum. So we are applying the sum of this. Okay, okay. I'm going to apply formats. Okay, okay, okay. So that's for that. Okay, go to the formula. So this. Okay, so we apply the same equals to. We are selecting this sum. We want to select this. Within this range. Okay. Whatever we have here, we automatically to be automated there. Okay. Okay. So that's the total. Okay. So would love to make this all the 0 to be invisible. So select the range. So go to conditional formatting, manage rule, then new rule, then we go to format only cell that's contain. Then we'll go to equals to, equals to 0, equals to 0. Then formats, then go to I'm choosing this gray. Okay, then okay, 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 okay. Then I haven't done that. So also haven't done that. We have to ascertain the leave that is entitled by each employee, if entitled by each employee. Okay, is okay, okay. Then okay. Then I'm going to wrap it 9 cents. Okay. Then also copy paste number of lifts, number. Okay, let me just leave left. So leave, we have left. Sounds paste this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, going to copy this. Going to give it okay, copy, paste. So equals to this minus this. It's going to give us this. Okay. Okay, that's that. Okay, I need to freeze. No, I need to freeze. Okay, column. I need to freeze the column. It should freeze. Okay, let me start with this. Okay. freeze. Okay, I've been able to freeze so that this pane, so that I'll be able to whatever I'm doing, it's be more visible. Okay, format cell, same applies. Okay, so far so good. And for lower shield, this for lower shield, for dosing. Okay, paste, and it took casual link. Okay, it took one casual link, took one out of 70. That's what he has left. Okay, so that's that. We've been able to work on the leaf tracker, and it's going out. We've been able to work on the leaf tracker, and let me delete this. Okay, so we've been able to work on the leaf tracker. Okay, computer. Okay, imputing this particular color for the sake that, meaning is that so I'll be able to know that I don't have to alter this. I have formula base 2. Formula base 2. So let me just use color. So I'm just going to let's make this different this. Okay, so that's what we've been able to work on this, and I believe there will be questions and some functions that we would love to have more explanation on. So we'll be taking, and also I would love us to work on this personally before our next meeting. So before our next meeting. Thank you.